up
Look, kid.
on tomorrow's
Walk again.
teachings.
You're a minority. They don't like your kind at those schools. Why don't you just stick to selling dope on the streets? You know, I can show you a good time.
Hey, Devante.
Oh, hey, Mr. T.
How's the new school treating you?
I love it. I mean, everybody's great, and plus, I'm making new friends.
I'm glad to hear that. You're a very bright student, and I see a good future in you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Have you started your college applications yet?
Not yet, but I was actually heading down to the counselor's office to talk to her about it, so.
I'm glad you're reaching out for help. College applications can be intimidating, but don't let that fool you. With your GPA, you'll probably get a big scholarship to a top prestigious school.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. Well, me and my parents don't have the money for schools, so any sort of scholarship would really help. And plus, I'd be the first person in my family to go to college.
All right, now go ahead. I don't want you to be late for your meeting. Good luck.
Oh, yeah! Woo! Oh my God. Come in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's you. Jesus, you almost gave me a heart attack.
You told me to come at this time.
Oh, well, I forgot. I have a student coming in 5 minutes, so we don't have a lot of time. Oh, yeah. No wonder the students call you the White Pablo. How'd you get a hold of all this stuff?
I have my ways, but it's gonna be 100.
No. That's not gonna happen here. 100? No.
That's expensive.
Look, Mr. Plug, you walked into my office unannounced.
You told
I'm the adult here. You are the child. Who do you think they're going to believe? What would the police think? Would they believe the school counselor, who's been at this dump for 20 years? Or are they going to believe you?
You suck, lady.
Well, suck it. Kaden, can you let my next student in, please?
Oh, hey, Caden.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. He's having a hard time at home.
It's okay.
It's just, you know, kids have a hard time coping situations, you know. One sec. Hey, Bob, how are you? Yeah, that's great. How's the family? Oh, that's great to hear. Hey, Bob, I'm really sorry to bother you. Yeah, but I had a student just now that came in my office and he smelled like skunk. You know what that means? Yeah, I think he's smoking weed. Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to him in his future. I agree. His name? His name is Caden Bean. Yes, that's right. Oh, okay. You know, and don't forget to check his backpack. I think he might have something else. Okay. Well, good luck to you, Bob. Take care. Bye-bye. Who would have known? Sad. Anyways, how can I help you?
Devante.
Devante. Yes, that's right, Devante. What can I do for you today?
Well, I'm looking to start applying for colleges, and I was just wondering if you could give me some advice.
Wait, college? You said college?
Yeah.
What school did you want to apply to?
Well, I was thinking Harvard, MIT, and Stanford.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna stop you right there. Those schools are extremely hard to get into. What's the backup?
Well, I mean, I have schools similar to those, but I really feel like they can give me a chance.
I'm telling you, those schools are impossible to get into. I applied to those schools and I didn't get in.
Well, I have a pretty good GPA, and plus, I do a lot of stuff at the school to help out.
Oh yeah, what's your GPA?
4.8.
4.8. Really, what's your GPA?
What? It really is.
What'd you do, cheat?
What? No, I paid attention in class and studied.
Oh, okay. Look, kid, you won't get in. You're a minority. They don't like your kind at those schools. Why don't you just stick to selling dope on the streets?
How could you say that to me? I'm just like everyone else here, okay?
Look, you'll never make it in life, okay? I'm sorry, I truly am. But that's just the way it is. And I have another appointment to attend to, okay? So let's
Wait, please, okay? I promise you I will.
go. Get your backpack. Come on. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, there you go. Okay. Kids never listen. God. Finally, I'm alone.
Devontae?
Go away, James.
What happened?
I'm a failure.
What are you talking about?
I'll never make it to college.
What are you talking about? You're literally the smartest kid in the school. Like, I don't know anyone else more intelligent than you. You're like the Albert Einstein, the reincarnated Albert Einstein here. What happened?
I went down to the counselor's office today.
Crap. She's trying to sell you drugs?
What? No. She sells drugs?
I forgot to tell you, but she's like the Heisenberg in this high school, and yeah, I'm sorry.
Jesus, why didn't anybody tell me that?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just what happened, though?
Well, I'm getting ready to apply for college applications, right? And she tells me I'm a failure just because of my background and the color of my skin.
That sounds like her. Sorry, man.
It's okay, man.
You know what? It's not okay. We have to do something about this.
Like what?
I think I have a plan.
Like I said before, I'm the boss of the school. You try to cross me, and I'll kill you. Who is it?
It's AJ.
I don't know who that is.
I need help.
Come in. Oh. Oh my. Who are you?
I go here.
Why haven't I seen you before?
Just never really felt the need to stop by.
Oh, well, how can I help you?
I just need some advice. My girlfriend, she dumped me.
No way. There's no way a girl would dump you. You shouldn't be treated like that.
Well, she did.
You know, if I was her, I would never treat you like that. I would treat you like gold. I would actually show you a really good time.
Okay.
Have you ever been with an older lady before?
No.
Once you do, you'll never go back. You know, I can show you.
I'm only 17.
That's okay. No one needs to know. And you know, confidentiality, what happens in my office stays in my office. Hmm?
I'm a virgin. I don't know if this is right. I'm scared.
Don't be scared. It's just me. I'll take really good care of you. You know, I can show you a good time. Oh. Oh.
LAPD, Detective Sorrentino, you're under arrest.
I didn't do anything.
You have the right to remain silent. I strongly urge that you exercise that right.
I didn't didn't do anything.
I'm sure you didn't.
Listen,
The Mirandizer, I'll get it through booking. You prepare the case for the DA.
what are they doing here?
Well, we taped AJ's phone. We already knew you were gonna do something terrible. It's time for a horrible person like you to go to jail.
You'll hear all about it in the trial. Okay, we finally got her. She slipped up, and we finally got somebody to break the code, and they snitched on her, and that's just what we needed. We needed somebody to speak up. So I'm going to be going in, and I'm taking her down. I will be in touch with you as soon as we got this thing ready to go. Thank you. We got a 212 at Madison High School. I'm around back. I'm going to need some backup here. Thank you.
The school counselor was arrested for her actions with drugs and sexual assault on a student. It was later found out that the counselor of the KKK, and she called multiple students the N-word. The students finally got their revenge.
Hi guys, this is Jessica from Tomorrow's Teachings, and I'm just here to remind you to say something if you see something inappropriate at a school or anywhere. And don't ever let anybody get your dreams down or tell you that you can't succeed. Nobody has a right to do that. All right, so if you guys like it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and let's get the word out there.
It's your boy Donnie, and I'm rocking with Mike World Order and the UN5. Also, don't forget to support MAGA, Make Asian Goddess Great Anywhere.
It's Wednesday. You know what time it is.
Furthermore, I would also like to say that tonight's show was almost fucking late. And the reason being because I had a rough day at work where I wanted to strangle a few people, curb stomp them in their motherfucking heads, and at the same time do it while singing the Star Spangled Banner. America. Let's start the show. Yeah. What's happening, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Mike Thunder Era. Number 43. Yeah. We're almost at episode 50. Also, 2 weeks' time, Golden Week. 12 years of podcasting from Mike Thunder. Can you dig it, sucker? Because it's 2024 and, you know, we want the gold, sucker. That's right. Because as of tonight, as part of my campaign, I have started the mWo Trios Championship for the homeboys. All right. And I called dibs on having one at third of them. However, I already got my two tag partners to have with it. First, entering the mWo arena, he's accompanied by the 11ettes, or at least one member of it. He's the king of the frying style. He's the homeboy that just rules the DMV. Give it up for the one and only, the guy that had his name copied from Damian Priest's finisher, called the South to Heaven by the one and only D11.
Yeah.
This dude got a whole crowd in the background. Okay. I see you.
Yeah.
I see you. Welcome to the arena as always. You know, hope you're comfy as always.
Yeah, dog. I'm right there with you. I'm ready to strangle him after the damn work.
I'm telling you, that's how the day felt. But you know what? I didn't leave my job till 7 o'clock because that's how long it took me to cool down. But I clocked out at 4:45.
Damn, dog. So you saw my mans in them when they came down there.
No, I didn't. I had to go into my quiet area and put on my headphones because I was so a little thing most people don't know about me, when I get really, really angry, my right eye goes bloodshot red. Just my right eye. And that's when I'm like ready to just go in on the motherfucker. But I had to chill out. I had to, it's good to have a supervisor with a sense of humor, It's good to have that. But I made it home in time. Halfway home, I ordered some sushi, ate it, and here we are. Like literally, I got in the apartment at 7:35 and literally ordered, a shrimp tempura roll. Only one roll. But then I forgot it was BOGO. So I ended up with 2 rolls. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was pretty cool. And I didn't pay attention because I was busy ordering because I was hungry. Got it delivered. Literally 3 minutes being in the apartment. Food was there. while getting ready to, do the show. I got a mouse in one hand, a chopstick in the other, because that's how I do it. Yeah. Anywho, congrats on your recent championship win, being, 1/3 of the mWo Homeboy Trios Championship. But without further ado, the co-host of the night, the Wednesday Night Delight. If you're looking for a snack, then Mike Thunder has your back, because he got this dude on the shelves, and you know what time it is, and you want to get you a taste that makes your booty feels a little ample. Coming down the MW Arena, the MWO Snoozerweight Champion of the World, and 1/3 of the MWO World Homeboy Trios Championship. Give it up for Mr. Latin Larry motherfucking Page, Mr. Sepo.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? How's everything?
Chilling. What's up, bro? How you doing today?
Well, let's see. I have a sophomore now officially. That's kind of like choking me up because there's 3 years left for the most part. I think that's the main thing right now. I guess like when your kid is in high school, I've always thought like it's like the last season of your favorite TV show.
Not really.
Once in a while from the underage, the kid thing, you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, even that for the underage kid thing, because maybe I thought with the Saved by the Bell mindset, like, yeah, this is the last season of me in high school, but guess what? We got a new season coming up, Mike in college.
Yeah, no, I know that, but I'm just saying, like right now, like you know what I'm saying, like it's just not like like I told you, like she's getting older now, is bugging out to me, and I think also too, it kind of, I'm not gonna touch heavy on this. It's just what I heard about what happened in Georgia. There was a high school shootout.
4 kids were shot by a 14-year-old.
Yeah, so I guess that kind of like threw me for a loop because I'm just like, yo, like I said, I'm not jumping into politics. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that here. No, I know, but I'm just saying, like it's just mind-boggling me because it's like when you have, obviously it's like anybody. So I want to act like it's like this unique 1% thing, but like when you have a kid in high school, it's like what the fuck.
I mean, if you really want to be technical, it's 2 students, 2 teachers killed, and 9 others that are still wounded. And it was by a 14-year-old kid at the high school.
Yeah, I heard some shit like that, but I didn't really dive into it because I don't like that personally. I don't like looking at stuff like that. Like I'll read the headlines and keep it moving. I don't deep dive into finding out what's happening like that because it's not good for me mentally. I don't sit.
Same, but I guess the only reason I probably will, is because I used to work in a school, so
that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
So, and not just that, I had a situation not similar to that, but it was with a student taking their own life, gunshot wound.
Okay, well, I mean that makes sense. That makes sense. Like I said, it's just within me and my parameters personally.
Oh no, I get it.
But I understand what you're talking about too, because like I said, you working at a school, it's very gut wrenching, unfortunately. My cousin worked for the Board of Ed in New York City, and just some of the stuff he said was very horrific to me personally. Like I remember, like their goal was to keep handicapped kids in the normal public school because they got more money from the state, and that funding will budget the school more, which meant that the upper echelons will got more of a kickback off of it.
That's true, and that's why they have a nice way of labeling it Title I schools. But like I've seen some shit like student suicide. I've seen my dad's best friend who worked in the school system died right in the dead center in the cafeteria in front of all the students.
Oh my gosh, may he rest in peace.
He was basically slowly dying. Like he basically stroked out after sneezing, and the way that they took care of the situation made it worse. And he like died a couple of days later, and it sucked because he knew my dad real well, and
Hmm.
I remember the morning rituals would always, I would always see him in his classroom while everyone's doing planning.
Hmm.
He would always have his cup of coffee, and he would ask how I was doing, ask how my family was doing.
Gotcha.
And, but you know what? He was always one of those types. He wanted to do things and leave off on a good note, even if it meant his own funeral.
Hmm.
Italian funerals know how to party. First off,
Mm.
the funerals are super short. Not trying to sound like that person, but
Nah, it's
which that
cool.
but that blew my mind due to Southern Baptist,
Hmm.
funerals. Um, it was quick, and then afterwards, you know, everybody went to fellowship. They said goodbye to the body. The guy was basically buried in a golden casket. Like
Wow.
dude was well taken care of in his Italian family, but he was so humble about it. And he was never big headed about it.
Hmm.
And but the food and what cracked me up the most was the parking lot post funeral while everyone's eating. You got that one member of the family that all he gotta do is pop his trunk up, and it looked like open bar night. And it was funny because they snuck me a drink because even though I was of age, I was also with my dad, who probably would have been low key, not probably, judgmental about it, low key. But I waited till afterwards. Then I was throwing back a couple with the fellas. And yeah, it was a lot of good ass food, man. Like even that's what probably made me end up dating an Italian woman at one point.
Mm.
But nah,
Interesting.
enough of that. But I'm just saying, like, I that's when I started experiencing more crazy shit working in the schools.
No, I hear you. Like I say, it was just over that, like from that angle, and I think, yeah, I think what really threw me for a loop was the one that happened. I don't know if you remember about this. There was one in Texas a couple of years ago. It was the person, the it was a Texas one. I think the kid was like trans or something like that.
Yeah. Oh,
It
you
happened in
talking about
2020, and I think what made it a little heart wrenching to me because that at that time my daughter was like either seventh or eighth grade, and the fact that we were talking to her and we were like, "Yo, you might have to play dead or put some blood on," because that's what some of the kids did. Like having that conversation with your kid before entering high school, it's very hard to digest. Like I find it harder than like trying to talk about having sex. Because I think too, like even though I went to both all white high school and I went to high school in the hood, I never had to worry about that. Thank God. Like the only thing that happened when I went to the white high school is that just a bunch of idiots every late afternoon or something, they would have to pull the fire alarm just so we get an extra 30 minutes off. And then just being in the hood, if you wasn't any gang related or something, you were fine. But I guess also too, like I'm not even trying to sound stupid on this, but since I live in a 98% area white neighborhood, you kind of think about that a little bit more versus than living in like the Yankee Stadium. But you can't win. You deal with the white shooting, quiet area, or I gotta worry about, or you gotta deal with the stabbings just going up to your house from the fucking from the bodega.
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I really don't want to dive on that, but I guess like it just hit my mind. I'm like, fuck, like, and like I said, it's not a black or white. I don't give a fuck about that. I know I brought that up, but I'm just saying, like in a nutshell, like you got these kids that go to school for one thing to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of reminds me too, also that going to school. If you went to high school in New York City within the five boroughs, if you went to a zone school, a lot of people don't understand this. Like going to school in New York City is very unique, right? Let's just say, for example, let's just say I'm gonna use a made up example. Right? Let's just say Charleston, South Carolina, right? If you live in Charleston, South Carolina, you only went to Charleston High School. Right? Matter of fact, I'll use Virginia, make it a little more easy. All right. If you lived in Manhasset, you went to Manhasset High School. You couldn't go to Arlington, Virginia, something like that. And man, and in New York City, If you lived in Brooklyn, you could have went to school in Manhattan. You could have went to school in other boroughs. That was the one thing that was very unique about going to school in New York City personally. And then on top of that too, there was some schools that had metal detectors. Matter of fact, the high school that Remy Martin went to, that's a badass school. That was my zone school. Yeah, that had metal detectors. Ooh. But I mean, they obviously they improved it now. It's 20 years ago, give or take. But like I said, just the digest when it doesn't hit home, but it's just like it's very mind boggling. That's the thing. That's the best way to summarize it up overall. But I will say, compared to last week, I have a little bit more topics because I only scroll on Instagram, but looking at the couple of girls that I drool over. But I mainly look at news references. So I have a couple of stuff. I actually bookmark a couple of stuff overall. Let me see. Yeah. So shall we start?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Oh. First thing first, the announcement about you. Right. Let me say this first and foremost. This is satire. It's inaccurate overall. Let me just put that out there first. This is very inaccurate. It's made up by me because you know what? That's the fuck. I love sketch comedy. When you grow up watching Mad TV, like we've seen the past couple of days, in Living Color, I make up shit. Right. So the past couple of days, right, in my exaggerated Puerto Rican and Cuban ass, I say that Mike lost his Asian self because of shit that makes no sense, right? The fact that he doesn't support TikTok, a Chinese company, and then he said something about Korean women. I forgot, but I don't remember, so it's not that important. Oh, and then also he's embracing his blackness more. Those three strikes. So recently, I saw online that Korea is willing to pay people $40,000 just to make with their people. So I joked around saying that you, Niga, you are going to Korea to reclaim your Asianness, and you're gonna do that.
What does it nigga mean?
Nigga is you.
And 11, every time you see that, just remember how much of a bad best friend you are. That's of Yahoo right there.
I'm just catching.
Yeah, my dude said straight up, remind yourself of how much of a
That is you and him. Yeah, you cut your hair. Yeah, but a little bit different. Yeah, Mike has a Mike got the Three Dwarfs hairstyle on there. But anyway,
this dude.
listen. I wanted to start it off with some comedy. Like I said, first and foremost, it's satire. Mike's Mr. Dr. Umauchi, forever and a day. And 11 did have dreads on. That's him in there. Mike did have the guy from the Three Stooges hairstyle. AKA the Dylan Roof haircut. Play it again.
Well, play what again?
Go play it again. You and him, telling him how to speak Korean.
What does it nigga mean?
Nigga is you.
Exactly. Look at that. See? Oh, that's what it was. You like K-pop. That's what I was saying. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like K-pop.
No, yeah, but you got the K-pop haircut.
He got the Mo Howard haircut.
I got the whole Korean. No, I got the Korean drama haircut and outfit right now. Like I look like I'm about to walk up to a woman and be all like, "Sunji, 사랑하여, 도로츠르메라 치네."
Okay. All right. I want to talk.
Hold on.
Yeah.
That nigga had the 1975 smokes Marlboro Reds and drinks Budweiser's out the original can haircut. I can do it cheaper than the barbershop. Give me that bowl, Nancy. Slapped it on top of his head and just took the sides. You feel me?
So, you're digging yourself in a bigger hole now because the fact that you remember his haircut, but you couldn't remember to go to him for Korean references, that's fucked up.
Damn.
Yo, just like that.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Quick thing. How long? Ballpark. We don't want to go. How long y'all both worked in the financial sector, like banks and stuff?
3.5 years.
How about you? 11? 5. All right. And the reason why I asked that is because remember Mike, like, all right, Mike, if I'm saying anything that's misconstrued, correct me. Please correct me. Please, please, all right? Because what got me, remember the couple of times that we've always talked about how expensive DC and New York City is?
Yeah.
I was listening to something I was listening to it over the summer, then I heard it again, right? This guy, whatever, he's like a business politics podcast, but he's in the insurance company, and he was talking about how expensive California has gotten, right? And the first thing I heard about was the fact that the insurance company State Farm is pulling out of the state of California just because there's so much money there now. Everything's going through the roof. I heard that their premium, their auto insurance is going up 54%. That is crazy. That's one. Then another thing is too. Have you guys dabbled in insurance at your jobs?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know much about the insurance thing, but I found it very interesting because and I said too. Remember, Mike, you said something along the line that you didn't want to go. You couldn't go to California this summer or last summer or something because everything was too.
Summer.
It was too much bread.
Way too much.
Yeah, so just to back that up now is just the fact that you have all these people like with the inflation and stuff, and then I thought also what's crazy too was the fact that in California, I don't know if you ever guys saw this. I saw this before because when I was trying to apply for something, you ever heard of a company called Checker?
No.
Checker is a background company. It's a company that does a third party background, and I remember on the bottom they had something called, if you lived in California, something called the Fair Act Plan, or something like that.
California Fair Act Plan.
Yes, I did not know what it was. I never paid attention because obviously I didn't live there. I found out that what that does is in California, if you're an insurance company, you have to buy into that and give people insurance that couldn't afford it if you want to plan to stay to California. I did not know that. So that's hindering people with insurance companies overall.
Yeah.
I want to say, isn't Progressive one of the bigger insurance companies in California?
You know what? I'm gonna find out right now what is because probably also. I mean, I know Farmers is still there because I actually applied for them about a month ago, and they haven't got back to me and stuff. But I know that State Farm. I know State Farm. I heard it was pulled out, and then also too is the fact that people who are trying to get a home, they're not able to because the home insurance is costing too much. I know this is really boring, but I find it very interesting at the same time.
No. I think it's pretty interesting.
I just find it interesting just because of the simple fact that, from time to time, we talk about, yesterday we talk about the gas prices in our areas, and then we have this habit of always talking about how expensive DC is or how expensive New York City is, or even when I told you I was in Rhode Island when I was by the state capitol, I said, dude, I feel like I'm in DC and stuff in Providence.
We're off on the road to Rhode Island.
Massachusetts was pretty high as well.
Dude, Massachusetts is super expensive. Matter of fact, I was up there last month. Oh, I was up there last week when I saw Rhode Island Girl. I drove up there. Dude, it's ridiculous. I mean, when you look at it, it's like, all right, it makes sense. You have the Celtics. You have top stuff there. You have Harvard University, and then right next to is Boston College. I mean, I'm assuming Boston College is probably their Syracuse University or something. If that makes any type of sense. Or in fact, I would say Boston College is kind of like Maryland University. What was it? The Trepins, the turtle guy. That one. Yes. By the way, I love that logo. But it just boggled on me is the fact that here we are talking about how expensive it is, and then, I mean, like I said, we knew this obviously because we spoke about it. But when you hear more in depth that the insurance companies are pulling out, and then the fact that these people that the premiums are doubling, it's insane to me.
It's getting a little sticky for a lot of people, even people making 6 figures, 7 figures,
Dude,
a little sticky.
Dude, 6 figures used to mean something back in the day. Now it's just like I said, if you still making it, shout to you. You know what I'm saying? We not watering it down, but I'm just saying with the cost of everything, holy shit.
Like CNN, MSNBC, all them said in Virginia, DC area, if you make $100,000 a year after taxes, you're only really seeing about 64,
That's the same thing up here.
and some change.
That's pretty much the same thing up here because well, I remember they said that if you make $100,000 and you live in the 5 boroughs like Brooklyn, Queens, and the whole nine, is you gonna see 37,000. But then for me, since I live in the outskirts, and I live in Long Island, which I'm very happy about. You know what I'm saying? Like this, if you look at the New York map and you look on the bottom right, there's like this little island. That's where I'm at overall. But like for me, it's pretty much the same thing. If I got a job that ran me 700,000, I mean 100 grand, I'm probably after taxes. I'm looking at maybe six, maybe about close to 6 grand a month. But you know, I say 5,500 after taxes, give or take a month.
Shit, I thought you guys have a higher tax rate than Virginia and Maryland, correct?
Yeah, we. I think we're kind of equal. I mean,
I think we're at 6%, 6.5%, Mike, something like that.
I think you know what too. I know when you live in the city, you get that extra tax. I don't live in the city, thank God. And also too, if you live where DMX and Jadakiss from the Yonkers, for some weird reason, and they have their own thing that you get extra taxed on because it's weird because like when you
we get extra
really?
tax for being in the town of Vienna. If you go to the McDonald's there, a meal is an extra like $1.25.
Really?
Anywhere else.
That's crazy.
It's a town tax they apply in that Commonwealth.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you got that Commonwealth thing on.
Is New York a Commonwealth?
No.
It's not.
Nah, New York's not Commonwealth.
You know what it is, honestly, and I'm not touching topics on it. What makes us more expensive is because we're primarily a blue state, a Democrat state. And it seems that like a lot of Democrat states, they tend to have higher taxes. New York, California, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Illinois. But you know what, too, in the same breath, look, I personally wouldn't live anywhere else personally. I'm glad I live in New York, personally speaking. But like I said, I'm not Mr. I'm on my New York shit. No. I guess like the opportunity, I guess the comfort of it overall. But like I said, too, I can go to another place that kind of feels like it. Like if I went to, if I can say this, if I went to, was it Tyson's bathroom or whatever it's called?
Tyson's Corner.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, whatever it's called. Yeah, that like how you described it. It kind of reminds. You said it's almost like a DC type setting for the most part.
I'd say it's like upscale, very upscale.
Okay.
Like it's bougie, fucking bougie.
Okay,
I think even like Arlington area, Arlington, maybe in DC or Alexandria, where it's more condensed city.
Well, you know what? Too, I like DC because I've noticed that, like, I guess just from like just being around certain spots, that how DC is structured, right? Like that layout. Providence, Rhode Island's just like that. Boston's like that, where Harvard is, and Fenway Park, and where the Celtics play at, and then also to like where WWE headquarters is, Stamford, Connecticut. It has like that same. I hate using this word because I'm so old. It has that vibe, if that makes sense.
Vibe is not old to say.
I don't like saying that. But I never used that word in my lifetime.
I say vibe.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the only time I ever used that was to describe my phone on silent. I never used that as a slang personally. So I feel out of character.
Like I even call myself old, as given by Bill Alfonso, the former manager of Rob Van Dam, the whole fucking show. So he helped me come up with Mike Thunder, the whole fucking vibe. True story. Happened in Maryland.
Yeah, vibe.
All right. What we gonna talk about? Kanye West.
He sounded so uninterested at that. Like, I don't care.
Kanye West is committing crimes out here. He's an accomplice.
Oh gosh,
what Kanye do?
What is he guilty of now?
Well, check this out. A 28-year-old Kentucky woman, Ricky Smith, was arrested in Evansville after allegedly attempting to steal multiple cars. Smith claimed that she was instructed to commit thefts through telegraphic communication from Ye. You know what that sounds like? Typical modern woman, not accepting accountability for her own actions. She's trying to blame the black man.
Kanye made me do it.
I'm gonna say this while my girl not here. Fuck them women. All them women that be out there doing that wild
Why
shit,
is he
shitting
getting
on being
quiet when he said that shit?
Hold on. What's the chick name that shit on Johnny Depp bed? The women that act
Oh,
like
Amber Heard.
Amber Heard, them goddamn Casey Anthony's. Any of you crazy women out there, fuck out of here.
I have
Gone.
another one to say. Now, I'm gonna tell you how much women hate being by themselves. Okay, a 36-year-old Solon Carey divorces herself after being married to herself for a year, citing a lack of stability.
Huh?
Woman in London.
Say that again?
A London woman who married herself less than a year is now bored. She files for divorce.
She married herself, got
Yep, and
bored with herself, and
and
filed
filed for
for
divorce.
divorce.
Yes. Oh, also too, real quick, back to California, real quick. Even beyond all the stuff we spoke about, ever since the Chinese flu came in, it's been reported that there's been about close to 500,000 people who've left the state of California. That's another thing too.
They're going to Texas. A lot of people from
Yeah, they are.
California like moving to Texas for some reason.
Okay, now check this out. JT's sister, 1,000-pound sister star, Amy Slanton, has been arrested at a zoo for drug possession and child endangerment. I don't know who she is.
Sound like somebody that was on My 600 Pound Life.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you this right now. Mia Khalifa, all you porn stars, hold on for a minute. Man sets new record for eating 83 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
What the fuck? Was that
Mhm.
Kobayashi?
Yeah, it's Joey Chestnut and some Toko. Yeah, the tsunami. Yeah, the tsunami person. Yeah,
He, Hikaru Kobayashi.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, people.
I'm
Hold
just
on. I
waiting for you to
found it.
purposely say Hashitashi just for the Martin reference.
No. How's that? No, we gotta say that though. You're smart. You already know how I know.
Oh, this is Shannon Thunder we're talking to tonight. This
I know
isn't
Shannon.
the
Remember?
average.
Oh wait,
This is the
Shannon
average
Thunder.
Mike Thunder. This is
Hashtag.
Shannon Thunder.
Hold on. Hashtag military history. You gotta do the
How
hashtag military history.
about some yes? And I would like to find a woman who does military history.
See, he said,
Yeah.
I told you, Shannon Thunder
I
embraces
know.
inner blackness.
No, because it's so funny. You can't help but impersonate it how he sounds.
Yeah.
He's like, and if she's in the Star Trek, and if she's a Trekkie, then you're the one for me, you know, and
Rob
all
knew
that.
exactly what he said.
Now let's talk about an idiot of the day. Suspect burglar arrested after pausing to read a book during a break-in.
No, idiot of the day is
Dumbass.
Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is back again, pissing people off.
With
Wow,
that shit he
what do you say now?
said,
About Chris Benoit.
yeah, that I
Yeah,
don't know word for word what he said, but
he
Well, he
said
said in a
I know
nutshell.
what he talked.
he said basically, if the fans can forgive Chris Benoit, then they can forgive Hulk Hogan. People have not, even though I still have my theory on it, have not forgiven Chris Benoit the person. They've only forgiven Chris Benoit the wrestler.
But to play devil's
Exactly.
advocate, he does have a valid point. There's somebody out there that can. Maybe not us, maybe not you or whoever. You know what I'm saying? But there's someone that blanket comment is it's a good. I can understand it.
Time out. Mike, did you see that short documentary I sent you last week about what was the nigga name? Sullivan, Charles Sullivan or some shit?
Oh, Kevin
And Chris,
Sullivan and all
there we
that.
go. Yeah, him and Chris Benoit.
Yeah,
Do you think that he could have possibly helped perpetrate what happened? Because Chris Benoit did take his wife and he did not remarry. And he was noted saying he was going to kill Chris Benoit.
I've been said that. I've been listen. Sullivan was the booker when that shit happened, and
Correct.
when she find
He left WCW
well,
when
no,
Sullivan
no,
became
no.
the booker, didn't he?
He was booker then too. He was booking. Sullivan was the booker since like 95, 96. So most people didn't know he was booking that long. The only time he stopped booking was when Kevin Nash was booking in 98. All of a sudden, 98, Chris Benoit's winning titles and matches and all that. Because before then, when Sullivan was Booker after Nancy left him for Benoit, name a match Benoit won on pay-per-view.
I don't believe he did win any on pay per view. Maybe
He
one,
didn't win
not
no.
many.
He won none. He didn't win any. After the shit went down for real, the only match that he won was basically from Super Brawl in the mixed tag match. But he
Yeah,
didn't get the pinfall victory. Woman did.
true. I mean, that's true. That's true.
Can we?
So,
Do you know about? Did you hear about the real life Forrest Gump?
hmm
San Diego man runs 100 miles to his girlfriend's house in L.A. His journey
only
took him only 32 hours to complete.
and during that 32 hours, how many niggas was dicking her down?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Just like Jenny, if he's real life for us.
That's how I just call him. I mean, you going from San Diego to L.A.? You crazy?
Jenny, I think about you a lot, Jenny.
Jenny was
Jenny,
a free bird. Well,
I
she was
got
a
fucked.
wildflower, giving that
If
pussy
she,
up.
I was about to say, fuck that Freebird shit. She wasn't no Freebird. She was a woman with rusted deer lips for vaginas. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, he said she had the Mickey Jameses. She was in the roast beef section.
Well,
Exactly.
listen, while she was getting teared up, we got a real woman who hasn't been touched. She is the new nun. Like we spoke about this over the weekend.
Salad
Carrie
for
Irwin hasn't been Steve Irwin's wife hasn't gotten any dick ever since she lost her husband.
this is true.
Loyalty.
The
This
I
fact
is
that she
think
hasn't gotten none since MySpace was popping, shout to her.
I got one of your topics that you haven't touched on yet. We should touch on.
Let's go. Let's go.
Ignorance of the people in Atlanta, the Negroes in Atlanta, posting all that shit on TikTok and
All the
Instagram about Chase Bank, the Chase Bank quote unquote hack.
oh yeah.
You know, that was going on over the weekend, I
I
believe,
s-
or
yeah,
maybe
I we
Thursday or
I
Friday.
saw that. But the thing is too is just the fact that like I don't know, people just weird. Like I mean like if you're gonna do it, you don't post it online.
I mean, they posted gas glitch on TikTok, what, like
I
four
saw
or
that.
5 months ago. I
The
never
thing is
tried it, but
the
people
thing
will
is
do
too,
the
even if
shit.
you do that, that's idiotic because everything is back to your account. You know what I'm saying? If I withdraw, and then on top of that too, I know I'm gonna be okay. If Larry Page, myself, right, has a rights to checkout, you know what I'm saying? You're check kiting. You know what I'm
I
saying?
get what
Like,
you're
and the
saying.
thing is too, like sometimes the bank will digest it, but like it depends within parameters. If you're writing out a check for 2 grand and you're trying to withdraw 10 grand, and on top of that too, we work at banks. Don't we know? We know any cash transaction, what it requires a BSA report.
Man, you swiping your ATM, hoping that the machine glitch, you gonna put in 10,000, knowing you got $10 in your account. But
But I
knowing
mean,
we all know you can't really pull 10,000 out of the machine. I think the average machine will give you maybe a
no,
thousand the
but I
max.
understand too. You might need something in the span of emergency, kind of like the movie John Q. Was that the movie John Q?
I think with Denzel in it,
But I mean that's like once in a lifetime type
yeah.
deal. You know what I'm saying? But like to do it to like to go buy yachts and stuff like that. I mean, I'm dragging it out, but like it almost sounds like the people who did the PPP loan fraud. Remember them?
I know a couple people that did that. I actually know personally a couple people that, and a few of them got arrested for it. But it was kind of, I don't really understand the purpose of it. Like I had a chance to actually, I was contracted at the time where I work at, so they gave me an opportunity to stay home and collect unemployment. But that was
Mhm.
before any payment had been made. They said anything about $900 a week, all of that. I just was like, I'm going to come to work to make a good impression so I could become a full-time employee. I had
Makes
bigger
sense.
plans on my mind. But at the end of the day, I had an indefinite contract. If I would have known that they were giving out money like that, I might have.
I did. I
Home.
qualified for it.
I didn't. My girlfriend got a $8,000 lump sum because she was 9 to 10 months behind. I was paying all the bills
Mm.
up until that point. She was like 9 or 10 months behind. She got a lump sum like 16 grand. And then they was
Damn.
hitting it off with like 900 a week. I was like, what the fuck? I
I
was
ain't gonna lie.
so pissed.
I did miss that 900 a week during the pandemic.
900 a week. That's
You wasn't,
lovely.
hold on, you wasn't
It
working, Mike?
was. It was. I was getting 900 a week.
Hold on, you wasn't with us. You wasn't in the.
I
You
didn't
wasn't
start with
using.
you guys till April 2021.
Wow, I'm pissed.
I was contractor.
Wow.
I was contractor. But see, here's the thing: when the money ran out, then I was trying to like find a job. Even though, when the money ran out, I saved up enough to where I paid 4 months rent, and I did up front.
See, my girl, her job ended up opening back up because she was working from home. She was going to be anywhere. The building they leased was closing, so they do some type of tax credit shit. So she was working from home, and I mean, at one point they didn't even have a job for her. She got that unemployment money up until like the pandemic started. What in 2020 in March?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, March 2020.
I want to say until like early 2022, mid 2022, employment money, and she still got it for I don't for some. She qualified for some shit, and she still got that shit for like a little bit until they only gave it to people with kids.
And see, that's how it was for me. I was enjoying that extra 600 shit. Then
Man,
I was using it until Virginia stopped giving us the extra 600. They stopped that shit in October. November, I had a job.
man, yo,
And it was the worst 6 months of my fucking life working there.
Aerotech was giving me because at the time I was only making like a little. I was probably making like 15. They was giving me like plus 60% on my salary until the pandemic ended, where regular employees only got a $1,500 bonus split up in two $750 tax payments. I made out better than them. I was pissed when they brought me on. So I was damn near making $30.
Yeah, but you know what? Shit. We still in a good place though, compared to 2020.
I need a government clearance, like our sample said.
Listen, man, I even looked at that. Like, I think we spoke about this. It was annoying, and like I said, it's just when I'm applying for jobs and where y'all live at. I'm like, oh, it's remote. But then the thing is too, when I went on YouTube to see the psychology behind it, I'm like, damn, this is some serious shit. Because I remember one of them was just like when you go for the background, like I guess like the top tier or something, they make sure you're legit because if you like owe massive debt and you're held hostage from another country, they can see that you could be as manipulated for bribery.
And plus, if you do get a high clearance, we can't bring you on the show no more.
Really?
Yeah, you can't be on social media like that.
Yeah, my homeboy has like a level 2 clearance, and he barely even he has like a burner Facebook, but he drives trucks and shit, so he goes on like Tidewater, Port of Baltimore. He goes like to Iraq or different little random places, sometimes government shit.
Yeah, like
I mean, but you know what? You're right there. I mean, but overall too, my name is
You're not
here.
on social media. I mean, yeah, like you said, you don't really put your name out at the most. I would tell you put on what the youngsters call it. We call it a ski mask, but what they call that shit
The
now?
shiesty mask.
Yeah, you gotta put on the
I
pooh
won't do all that. That's
shiesty.
mad extra.
speaking of shiesty,
Oh
we
shit,
got
somebody
one.
joining
We
us.
are officially done with hour number one. So if you're watching on Instagram, bye bye. If you're watching on YouTube, bye bye.
Damn, no master prestige of toning.
Nope.